Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Walking Dead mid-season finale episode recap. Spoiler heavy. Start to finish. After a few moments of peace, Trouble finds his way to Alexandria again with a threat that may be too big to defeat. Nah, you see the armory? She's packed to the gills. So this episode starts off with Sam being up in his room playing his records. Because what kind of kid doesn't like records, right? So he's playing music, and there's ants crawling all over a half-eaten cookie, and he's drawing pictures of zombies. So, what else happened? It was a long, talky episode. It was only an hour long. Nothing too crazy happened. Couple moments where you're like, ooh, you get a little adrenaline rush, but nothing like previous mid-season finales, you know what I mean? So as you know, Tower Falls, zombies come in and everybody ran to their houses, which why not somebody run to the armory was my first thought, because it's not a gun heavy episode, it's a talk heavy episode. Which is okay, but mid-season finale, this is supposed to get you to go, ooh, we have to come back in February, right? But yes, I won't be too negative, I'll try. So, it has Maggie's the one running up the stairs with red laces and what looks like Doc Martens, which is kind of weird, because some subcultures have a indication with that. But she's got a machine gun. So you think, sweet, she'll be alright. She fires less bullets than Deanna fires with a 6-shooter. Another thing about the 6-shooter she has, so she's firing 1, 2, 3 into like 2 zombies, or 1. Rick saves her. She falls on a put your tools away, kids. Saw blade or wood saw. She falls onto it, gets a cut next to a zombie. What else happens? Yeah. So they do that. They run into Jesse's house. Jesse kind of saves the day. Pop pop. And then what else? Jesse saves the day. They run in there. Sam's kind of freaking out. He keeps going into weird tunnel vision. And then yeah, they hang out at their house. Turns out Deanna got bit. Morgan and Carol ran out for some reason. Carol trips and falls, and somehow her bullets fall out of her 6-shooter. And then she runs back into the room with Morgan. And fakes having a concussion, kinda. Later on, it shows Michonne patching up Deanna. They pull it up and she got bit, so Deanna dies. She's zombie now. But she talks to her about the plans. She says a nice thing in Italian that her husband used to say, which the English version was someday this pain will be useful to you, which I took as like someday that the pain of working construction will be useful for everybody. Sam and Carl are in the garage. Sam's looking for some tools. They're hanging out down there. He's crying. He's like, Eden's dead. We're all dead. He's kind of losing it. And then he locks the door with him and Carl in the garage and pulls out his pistola and points it at Carl. Carl pulls his, and they get into a standoff, and they do that teenage hey look we can't fight thing where they push up against each other and making a bunch of noise, knocking shit over. While the streets are overrun, they break the little side window kind of door thing, and when you think they're gonna get Carl, he pushes back, gets out the way. Rick and Jesse are breaking down the door with an axe on the lock. Zombies start coming through the window that they broke. And then Carl covers for him and says they were looking for tools, and he's like, so they were fighting, and he's like, yeah, we were fighting them. And then Rick tells Carl, like, it's alright. So yeah. So Rick or Carl covered for Ron. Sam's upstairs kind of freaking out. Judith's upstairs hanging out. They get you for a second. The baby's crying. Rick goes up to check and almost goes into Sam's room, but then hears the baby crying and then suddenly stops crying, and then he walks in there and Deanna's hanging over the bed, over the crib, and he like pulls out the axe real quick, so you think like, oh, she ate the baby. But no, the baby's fine and Deanna's not a zombie yet. And she said she wanted to see her one more time, and her legs had different plans. And she has a nice moment with Rick about how basically how Tara was like, yeah, but we're stuck together, so we're all together now. Basically, she told him like, these are your people now. Like, take care of Spencer like you would your people. He's like, I will. And he's like, guess what? They're all your people. And that's what she said the right answer was. It's like, we're all together in this. Carol and Morgan, or Carol kind of nods off because she's faking a concussion, and then Morgan like steps downstairs, and then the lights flicker off, and Carol's got a knife on them, and they're in a little standoff as they go downstairs, because the niece is with the dude with W carved into his forehead, the weird one with the teeth, and the, you're not supposed to be here. And they're talking, and then Morgan and Carol get into a standoff. Carol tells him, I will kill you and I will kill him because I don't want anybody to die anymore. I don't want more people to die. Like, what? So they get into it, and Morgan knocks a stick with Stick Fighter, knocks the fucking knife out of her hand. They get into it. He kind of if you're a fan of pro wrestling, he does kind of the side slam where he picks them up like that and then drops her on her back. So Carol goes unconscious, and the dude with the W grabs the stick and whacks Morgan upside the head, and then uses the knife to free his hands, and he takes Denise captive while Rita, Eugene, and Tara come in through the other door because Eugene can pick locks, is in his skill set. They're coming up with a plan, like, we're gonna take this ship back, because Tara has some important words for Rita, and she called her Gorgeous. So what's the plan, Gorgeous? Because Rita thought Abraham was dead. It feels like Abraham is dead. She gives her a speech like, this is worth it, we've gotta pay for it, even though we paid enough already, type of deal. And then they show Glenn peek over the wall, and you see Maggie up there still surrounded by zombies, and Maggie's okay. Glenn knows Maggie's pregnant. He's gonna make it over that wall somehow. So they go old school. They go season 1 shit where they cover themselves in bed sheets and Walker blood. So they do that and they cover themselves. And I'm thinking, what are they gonna do with the baby? And Sam catches his mom and she's like, just pretend to be brave. This is all pretend. Pretend you're somebody brave. And you know, I thought, pretend it's fucking Halloween and we're dressing up as zombies. And then they put Carl with Judith, and it's like, here, little baby, sucking this sheet-covered blood. Because they put her over. They basically have a zombie poncho now. They got Walker ponchos. Blood, Carl, poncho, baby under. Sucking this zombie blood, baby. It's delicious. So then they make their chain, and they're walking down. Deanna makes a stand because Michonne told her like, oh, I'll take care of it for you when you turn, and she's like, start to finish, pulls out her gun, and she tells Deanna's okay with dying and becoming a zombie because she got to do what she wanted her whole life, which was work with her family. to make the world better. Alexandria. So she was telling Michonne, what do you want? Like, what do you want? You personally, what do you want to do? Michonne doesn't know, but she tells her she'll work on it. She'll figure it out. When it looks like she's gonna shoot herself, because everybody walks down the stairs in their chain, she gets up, she gets her 6-shooter, which she fired 3 bullets, so she reloaded her 6-shooter, and now she fires 6 bullets into zombies into the stairs, and then screams at them. Okay? And then everybody makes it down. They're making their way out, and little Sam keeps telling her, Mom, 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 Mom. And that's how it ends, and it goes black. But also, before I forget, Denise is gone. She got took by the dude with the W, even though Tara, Rita, and Eugene pointed guns at him, and he had the knife to her throat, and standoff. I don't know. See you in February for the comeback episode. I saw a preview clip. It looks like your boy Daryl, everybody's favorite. Remember, if Daryl dies, we riot. It's on t-shirts. Abraham and Sasha get stopped by some dudes on bikes. I didn't hear it because I was making this video when you saw me go. I was watching on TV. Apologize. Yes, feel free to subscribe and comment it up. Horror Stories still on, I believe. Wednesday we'll get a new video for that because they skipped over Thanksgiving for some reason. But yeah, peace. I'm out of here, dude.